People who cheat on exams do so because the system values your grade more than the student values learning.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Prince and welcome to episode 3 of Prince Talk. So what are we talking about? As you see in the title, is school really a scam? School is a place that is supposed to be where we learn, where we get education. Why is it that most youth say school is a scam? It's because the schooling system has failed them. Now, people get this mixed up when we are talking about education and school. Education is knowledge. Education is getting aware about things that you don't know. It's getting knowledge about things that you don't know. But school is the avenue to get that knowledge, to get the education. So the thing is, what most people don't understand is that the main thing here is education. Education is what is being gotten. Now, you can get education from different avenues, like different places, from the internet, from reading books, from life experience, from a lot of things. You can get education and be educated from that way. But school itself is just an avenue to get education. So now, why are most youths frustrated and saying school is calm or school is this and school is that? It's because the schooling system has failed them. And how has it failed them? It has failed them in numerous reasons. One of the reasons why school has failed them is that it has put so much emphasis on grade than the actual learning. Yes, I can use myself as an example. There was a course I wanted to take in my uni. And people were like, no, that lecturer is bad. No, you have a very bad grade. But I wanted to learn from that course. I wanted to learn that course. It's actually a course that is about the history of Nigeria. And I was curious that I want to learn about the history of my country. But people were like, no, the lecturer is this. You will not get a good score, blah blah blah. I'm like, but I still went for it because I was curious and I wanted to know. So that is how education should have been. It should be more of learning. It's about creating more avenue for people to learn rather than just putting it on grade and everything. And yeah, like the clip I showed in the beginning of the video, this guy, I don't know if you know him, knew deGrasse Tyson. He's a well-renowned astrophysicist, and he talked about it in length in one of the podcasts I did with PBD, Patrick B. David, another huge. He was the one actually hosting the podcast. I would recommend that you watch the whole interview, just like 2 hours 30 minutes. I know that can be a lot, but I'm telling you, it's surely worth it. So he talked about how, and I will show you the clip about how a grade should not be what is the main factor or the only factor on you grading a student or on you praising a student. It should be for the total package. The total package should be what people are supposed to, look at all this other side. Is this sociable? Is it this one? What's it doing in his social life? What's it doing in his ordinary life? What's it doing extracurricular activities? What's his drive? What's his ambition? Stuff like that. These are all the things they said that school should be about. But school is not about that. Especially kind of school, it's just about grades, what you can get. If you are not there, you're a dullard, you are this, you are that.
You can never make it. You're supposed to be a dinner man, serving dinner to the students in the secondary school. Because you cannot do basic 1+1.
So school has really failed the youth. Like school has really failed the youth in bringing out that curiosity in us and making us to learn, making us to love to learn. Like learning should not even be something that we should just for school. It's something that should be forever. That's what you're supposed to learn. And the deGrasse says in this clip.
Oh, think about it. Just think about what's actually happening. When graduation day, let's go back to high school, right? There were people, if not yourself, on the last day of school. Last day in the spring, last day, before summer, the people say, School's out.
For summer, school's out forever. Great rock song. I don't know if that's where you're going.
With school's out for the summer, people cheer. School's out forever, they cheer even more.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a rock song. What's that, Alice Cooper saying that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, and people, you can picture this, tossing their notes in the air as they descend.
Done with learning forever.
And then I think to myself, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We have failed as educators to instill a sense of eternal curiosity within you so that you become a lifelong learner. Right. You will spend many more years of your life not in school than in school. Right. And if you're glad you're out of school, then your knowledge of the world, your wisdom, your insights have ossified in that moment. And that then becomes your forever perspective on decisions you make in life. Yet the world keeps changing. And so the failure of the educational system is you think and you believe and you feel that learning is a chore rather than a delight. And that's got to change. Otherwise, what kind of world are we making for us?
Like, look at what he said there. It should be something that you should learn forever. You should be a lifelong learner throughout your life. Not just, okay, you are done with school, whatever. So that's the thing. So the reason why most people feel, most youth or most students feel school is a scam is because school has failed. It has failed to bring out the curiosity, fails to focus on learning rather than grades, fails to really equip the student. They don't even care about the students. Like, they don't even care about the students, about what they are learning or whatever. And these are really, really bad. And these are some of the things that new deGrasse Tyson talks about in his podcast. So now, what are the solutions? Because we can just talk about what are the solutions. Now, look at what Neil deGrasse Tyson said can be the solution of it.
De-emphasize the value the educational system places on what grades you got.
Yeah.
And figure out ways to assess, or rather to promote or to nurture your enthusiasm for learning. And because of this, what happens? You know what happens? There are people who get high grades. These are the people who pay attention in class and all their homeworks are handed in on time, and they might become valedictorian. And however, if you look at the biggest shakers and movers in society, in practically any field, none of them were valedictorians. The most, if you've read a lot of business, you know CEOs were never the top of their class, or entrepreneurs were never the top of their class. They were too distracted by other thoughts and ideas. And look at Richard Branson, who his headmaster said, you'll either be in prison or be a millionaire.
That's right.
And he ended up a billionaire.
That's right.
Because he was not following these educational rules about what would enable a teacher to judge that you will go far. And my grades in school were pretty average. Because they were average, no teacher at any time in my life, K through 12, 16, and 20, okay, would have ever said, see that guy Tyson? Watch him, he'll go far. None of them. Even though I was all into the university.
No one said that.
No one would have said that had you asked. Had you walked into the classroom and I'm in the class and asked the teacher, who's going to go far in this class? I would have never shown up on their list.
I love that.
Any teacher.
Yeah.
Yet, it's not like I was a late bloomer. I've known I was interested in the universe since I was 9. And at age 11, you asked me what I want to be when I grow up, that annoying question adults always ask kids. I said, I want to be an astrophysicist. And I was in the astronomy club. And I walked dogs and used that money, walked other people's dogs, used that money to buy my first telescope at age 14. And I had cameras. I had a dark room. Who knows what a dark room is anymore? But that's why I produced all my photography. All of this was going on, and it doesn't show up on a grade in my school. And so the teacher doesn't see that. They don't know it. They don't even care. They just care what grades you got.
Yep.
And so here I am growing myself and had this whole library of books. My parents would buy remaindered books. They cost 50 cents. They didn't know any science, but if they saw a science book or a math book, they bought it I had the biggest library of any middle schooler there ever was. Okay? So all of this is going on. And in high school, I went on an expedition to Scotland to view the stone monuments that are similar to Stonehenge, but many are not charted. And I was on an expedition to chart them. I was the astronomer brought in with archaeologists and anthropologists. All this is happening. I spent a summer in an astronomy camp living nocturnally in the desert, in the Mojave Desert, while I was in high school. None of that shows up as a grade. And all I'm saying is, a person is so much more than the numerics of their GPA, that if you only focus on a GPA, you will lose people. There'll be people who will go unrecognized, unsupported, unidentified in the school system.
How do we grade the other part, though? How do we grade?
That's the challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would now try to encode ambition or drive. These are a little more passion, especially. These are a little more abstract. And maybe the school, rather than judging you whether you have passion, they should find ways to instill passion within you. And then you're graded by how much more passion you had after the class than you did before, rather than how much you walked in there with.
Yes, like you said, grade should not just be the only matrix that will be used to assess that, oh, this guy is okay, a good student, or this guy will make it in life or whatever. It should be all around. Is it sociable? Is it this? Is it that? What are his extracurricular activities? What does he like? But at the same time, that can also may not be very possible in a public uni, like the one I go to, where we are how many in a class? In a class that maybe let's say 200 or 300 and clinical students, 300 and something students. How are you going to start? And that's also where, so the educational system is like has also failed, especially in my own country, failed woefully, and that is why most people are really losing interest in school and everything. But I will leave with this, please guys, let us note this. You may have problem with the educational system. I also have problem with the educational system. You may have problem with school. School is not good, school is that, school is that. But do not have a problem with education. Education is very, very important. Education is, we see, without education in this life, you are finished. Don't think about it. Without education, you are finished. Education is what will make your life better. Education, because you are informed about this, you are informed about that, and you are informed about a lot of things. You have knowledge about something. So education is very, very important. So you may not like school, you may not want to go to school, whatever, but make sure you are getting educated on whatever you choose to do. You get education. People that are succeed in this life are people that are very educated in whatever they do. Because I'm trying to say, so it's not really school per se, but it is school is just an avenue to get knowledge or to get education. But you can also, if you don't like school, in my opinion, I feel school is not for everyone. That's my own opinion. School is not for everyone. So people don't really need to go to school. But you can, for example, if you go to football academy, you get education about how to play football. You get, if you go to music school, you get education on how to play music. So get education on whatever you do. If you're a content creator, get courses online. Go to YouTube. Get education on whatever you are doing. Because I'm trying to say, so it's about that. Get education on whatever you are doing. School is not really the main. School is just an avenue. Some people did not go to school and read a lot of books, and they're educated. Education. Read, watch videos, take courses and stuff like that, and read a lot. That's the main thing. Education is the main thing. Education on whatever you are doing, not school, but education. But school can also be good for some people, because school can be where some people will get curious about something, and where school can be what to spark their knowledge. You get? So I feel like school is not for everyone, but school is definitely not a scam. But the schooling system has problem and actually need fixing. If you are not educated, you are ignorant, and whatever you say will not matter. Yeah, Imagine someone that doesn't know something about, let's say, your trade now, is coming and saying something like, you are not educated on this subject. You get that? So you have to be educated whatever you are doing. Not especially go to school, but to succeed in whatever you are doing, you have to be educated about the subject matter. So if you are a footballer, you are a musician, you are whatever you are, get an education on it. Some people use the school that they will see the education. Okay. Some people it's in the streets that they will see the education. Alright. Some people it is life experience that will educate them. Some people it is reading a lot of books that will educate them. Some people it is, like I said, through experience, through trying something and staying in that thing for a long time. Let's say spend like 10 years on something. You're educated on it than most people. So education is the main thing. So school is just an avenue. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, and if you are new here, please subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.